As I talked to David as he was leaving the stage a moment ago and passing on that chairmanship, I said it's like buying that boat, 2 best days of your lives when you get it, when you get rid of it. What a remarkable job he has done. And Robin, I think you can tell, is going to be just as strong a leader as David and add to a little bit of that excitement. We had to get a guy from Delaware a couple of years ago. It seems like it's been about 15, Blake, to come in and get us excited. Now think about that. There's no one that believes in Mississippi, that articulates a vision for Mississippi, that brags on Mississippi any more than my friend Blake Wilson from Delaware. Blake, thank you for your hard work. Now I know you got exciting speakers ahead of you, so he told me to be brief, and I will do so no matter how long it takes. I thought about writing some headlines this morning. You know, occasionally I see headlines and I agree with them, occasionally. But I thought, what if we could write, what if MEC could write some headlines? What would they look like? Well, some of them would involve the leadership in the Mississippi legislature who went beyond the call to support the good business practices that we needed to help move Mississippi forward, to have a transformational Mississippi. So I want to thank the Speaker and the Lieutenant Governor and their teams. But some of the headlines, if MEC got to write them, if I got to write them, they'd look like this. They'd probably be in a top 10. Might as well go ahead and do that. So one of the top 10 would be Mississippi invests $50 million in workforce training and lowers unemployment tax on businesses. Y'all seen that letter? Y'all seen that, haven't you? Seen that out there? No? Okay, well, here's another one. State gains over 4,000 jobs and $1.5 billion in investment announced in 2016. That'd be a good headline. A good headline might be Mississippi leads the nation with the #1 economic development project in the Southeast, Continental Tire, and the 4th best economic development project in the Southeast, the Top Ship. That'd be a great headline. #1 deal in southeastern United States, Continental Tire. It's huge. A headline might be Mississippi unemployment dropping and Northeast Mississippi posts lowest jobless rates in a decade. I'd love to read about that. I actually did see that one reported. Another headline might be Mississippi reforms foster care system. Child Protection Agency budget increased by $33 million. Folks, you want to talk about transformational Mississippi, transforming that foster care system is critical to our children that need us most. The Mississippi legislature stepped up and helped do that. Another great headline might be Mississippi expands public charter schools. More students will benefit. Indeed, they will. This is something that we agree on across party lines in areas all across the United States, from the White House to the governor's office to the legislature, is expanding more public charter schools for more students in need. I'd love to see this one. Mississippi's 4th graders lead the nation in NAEP scores, our national testing scores. The National Education Testing Scores, Mississippi's 4th graders led the nation in their advances. Not the narrative that you often hear about our students, and particularly those that these star students are here today. Our future 4th graders will follow them into that. Another headline might be Mississippi high school graduate rate rising, dropout rate declines. For the first time in many years, we have seen more students graduating from Mississippi's high schools than ever before. As National Chairman of Jobs for American Graduates and Jobs for Mississippi Graduates, I am particularly proud of that. Mississippi ends elected superintendent, state chamber leads the way. Did you hear that headline? Mississippi ends electing school superintendents. Blake and I have been working on this with many of you here for almost 20 years. To take the political dynamic out of a superintendent of education in a local district so that we could get the very best. Now, many of them are doing a good job, elected superintendents, but the dynamic of the political system within our educational system is not beneficial. With your help, the Mississippi legislature took that bold step this year, and superintendents will be appointed. Finally, if I can get this to work, this is something that is new that we might see for the first time in a headline. Mississippi selected as most innovation education state in America. All right, we're going to get it here in a minute. Is it up? All right, if you see on our screen, the Frank Newman Award for State Innovation by the Education Commission of the States. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain to you what this is. Each year there's one state selected for education innovation above all others, above all 50 states in the District of Columbia. This year's award recipient, I'll be in Washington, D.C. in June to receive this for the most innovative state in America for education, is your state of Mississippi. Now that's something we should be very, very proud of. The First Lady and I are about to leave and go to Louisville, Mississippi. 2 years ago, 23 tornadoes, at least 23 tornadoes touched ground in this state. 2 years ago, on this date, we lost 14 Mississippians, 10 in the Louisville area. We are going there to break ground and to celebrate the new opening of the Winston Medical Center. 2 years later, we're building a new hospital there. The Winston Plywood and Veneer is open, and we will dedicate it very soon. One of the largest plywood veneer companies in the southeastern United States in Winston County. They are Winston strong. After that devastating tornado struck and destroyed their town and much of their community, they are back. That is the spirit of Mississippians, and we are going there with them to help celebrate that. Blake, thank you, and thank you all of you for being here. Oh yeah.
All right, hold on just a second there. All right, Governor, we can't have you leave just yet. This workforce bill was huge. 450 MEC members around the state faxed in their call saying we've got to have workforce reform. We've got to be able to compete with South Carolina, with Georgia, with Alabama, and with Louisiana. And we were behind the curve. But thanks to the leadership of the governor, our Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves, our Speaker Philip Gunn, this bill got passed, and we now have a better system than all of those, teaming with the #1 community college system in America, right here in Mississippi. So what we did was we cut the red tape with this legislation, and now we're going to ceremonially cut the ribbon of red tape. And with 1, 2, 3, let's move Mississippi forward. All right, let's do it. All right. And there's even more. We're going to take one more. Let's hold up the scissors and do one more. Just hold the scissors up and kind of do a victory scissor there. How about that? Okay, don't start sword fighting now. Okay.